I am so awkward when it comes to starting videos. Like, I don't know how to start them.
Hi friends, I'm Rachel. I graduated last year. I moved from Green Bay, Wisconsin to Chicago, Illinois to get my master's degree in forensic psychology. I have a super cute small business that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I love all things involving dogs, cooking, reading, and of course iced coffee. So let's explore the city and our 20s together. Back to the video.
So today I have 10 small business tips for any small business owners or aspiring small business owners. And these are based on everything I've learned from a year of running a small business. So grab some snacks, grab a drink. This shouldn't be too long, but it's gonna be very helpful. So grab a notepad. Oh my god, look how pale I am. I'm so washed out right now. This is just reminding me that I need to start fake tanning. So these are 10 things I've learned from the past year running a small business. A little background, hi, I'm Rachel. I run the small business shop RBV, and by no means am I super successful. I'm still in the very early stages. While I did open my small business a year ago, I didn't really take it very seriously. I was not consistent on social media promoting. I've only been taking my small business seriously for the past few months. So we're still in the beginning stages, but these are some things that I've learned that I think can help other people who are wanting to start a small business and they're too scared, or they just want more information, because believe me, I was watching all of these videos in my beginning stages as well, and I still do. All right, so let's just get into the list. The first one I wrote down was growth doesn't happen overnight. That was something that I struggled with because, which also ties into number 2, which is don't compare yourself to other businesses. I started my small business in 2022, and I was following a lot of small businesses that started in 2020 during the pandemic. They had all these viral moments with TikTok and Instagram Reels while everyone was at home, and they grew very quickly. They are getting a lot of traction. They're very well known. And I would compare myself to those businesses saying, why am I not growing like them? Why am I not reaching those goals? And one, growth doesn't happen overnight. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll have a super viral video, which will then translate into followers that are loyal, but that's not always what happens. Sometimes people have a viral moment and then no one pays attention to them after that. So in my opinion, it's kind of rare to have a small business that goes viral and then keeps those loyal followers. You have to kind of introduce your followers and your customers to you and the brand in order to get them to stick. Don't compare yourself to other businesses in terms of growth, products, even like the amount of orders. I remember I used to watch those videos of them printing off all of their shipping labels, which I'm like, that's so cool that they have like all of these open orders and they're printing like 100 shipping labels at a time. But then I would also see myself not even having a shipping label printer yet, or getting maybe like 1 order a day, or not even an order a day. I was always comparing myself to all these businesses that I thought were doing so much better than me. I'd always just think like, why am I not growing like them? Why am I not as popular as them? Or why am I not getting all those sales and those orders? And like, why am I not making money like them? First of all, you're not the same. You're not the same business. They might have started before you. So I was comparing myself to all these businesses that started 2 years before me during a pandemic. So they had all this attention from people online because people weren't out and about doing things. I was comparing myself to the growth that they experienced during that time, and now in 2022, when I started my business, it was a very different time. Everyone was back to work, and I expected that same level of growth, which just isn't gonna happen. So avoid comparing yourself to other businesses, because we are all different. We are all gonna grow at different rates, and we're all gonna have different demographics. And that's the beautiful thing about small businesses, is that we can have so many of them, and they'll all be different, and you can support all of them. That's why I still love to support other small businesses, because they're different. I don't think we have to see each other as competition. I think we can just support each other, just do what we do, even if they sell similar products to you. I don't think it has to be me versus them. I think we can all collectively like have our own spaces on the internet. And number 3, utilize free resources whenever possible and start small. My number 1 tip is taking advantage of social media marketing. Social media is free. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Create profiles that represent your business on all of those platforms, and then provide the link to your business in the bio or somewhere on the page, and get those followers, get that traction. You can post for free on these apps and not have to put out paid advertisements. That's how a lot of small businesses I know actually got all their customers. It's purely from social media. There's some small business owners out there, honestly there are many, that haven't spent a dime on marketing just because they created a great friend group and community on their social media platforms, and now those audience members, those fans, are now invested in their small business and our growth. It not only gets you orders and customers, but it creates loyal customers that'll want to keep coming back, learn when your next launch is coming, anything like that. Also, start small. I don't know what type of business you're thinking about starting, but I do apparel and glassware, and I'm kind of branching out. I want to try new products, but in the beginning it was mostly apparel. I would start with just small quantities. If you're like brand new and you live next to a craft store, they sell blank shirts, and then you can honestly just purchase them as orders come in. I used to do that where if I got an order in, I would just go to Joann's and buy like a black crew neck and then make the order and then ship it out, because I didn't want to invest a lot into inventory. If you're a little scared about investing a lot or you don't have much money to invest, start small. I know a lot of businesses that started with stickers. They just started with printing stickers at home. It's a pretty easy setup if you have the right supplies. It doesn't take up much space. It's not as much investment. Then you can slowly over time start investing your earnings and putting it back into the business and more into inventory and, you know, supplies and all of that stuff, and just reinvesting the business money. A boy just sent me a cute text. Which that point ties into my fourth point, so I need to stop like mixing all these points together. But what I'm saying is you don't have to buy 1,000 t-shirts to start a business. You can buy 5. Just do what you can. I keep like I can't talk today. Also, with the free resources, use Canva. Canva has a paid option, it has a free option, more user-friendly than Photoshop. It's a lot cheaper than Photoshop. Just utilize some of those free resources while you can before you start investing into more expensive options. Something that I still do to this day, because I don't yet have a shipping label printer, a Rolo printer, I just print off my shipping label and I put it on the box, and I use clear tape to like stick it to the box. And then I just make sure that the tape is super clear on the barcode, and it works. Finding alternatives like that to start small and to not invest so much money up front, I think personally will help you make the necessary steps to not get overwhelmed, to not invest so much up front and then worry about it failing. You can slowly inch your way in instead of doing a full deep dive. Also, even like shipping supplies, you can go to Walmart and get boxes or poly mailers, or even Walgreens will have like bubble mailers, poly mailers. You would never expect the random places where you can just buy one poly mailer if you have one order and you don't want to go on Amazon and buy 100 at a time. Obviously, in the long run, bulk ordering things will usually end up cheaper per unit. If you're brand new and you don't have the cost or the customers yet to bulk order products, there are always options out there, believe me. You can even buy like any blank you want on Amazon, I'm pretty sure, and it'll ship to you in 2 days. There's always alternatives. Number 5 is an issue that I've seen across the small business space is don't copy others. You can take inspiration from other people, but do not copy other people. I personally follow a lot of other small businesses because they keep me inspired and they keep me in the creative headspace. I follow small businesses to get inspiration from them. Sometimes I'll see like a color of a shirt that I really like that somebody else has, so I'll order that color of blank, but I don't take the same design and put it on the same t-shirt, like stuff like that. If you see a quote that somebody drew and posted to their Instagram page, because I like to do Procreate drawings with quotes, or like hand letter stuff. If you see a quote that you like and you want to put it on a t-shirt or you want to put it on your own drawing, you can take that quote. It's free speech. I'm sure they got the quote from something else unless they just like created the quote, but make sure it's different. Make sure it's not a direct copy paste of what that other artist did, because that's just disrespectful. That just leads to a lot of drama and issues, and then potentially if there are bigger business legal issues. So I would just make sure that if you do really like something another small business did, I would either ask them if you can use it and in what capacity you can use it, or make sure it is very different. You can take the inspiration but make it your own. Number 6, just take a break. Take a break when you need it. For like 9 months in my business, I did not have any motivation to do any of it. I would go in waves where I'd be like, yeah, I really want to create and post and make products, and then down to like, I don't want to do any of this. I have no creativity, I have no inspiration, and then back up to like, I'm posting every single day on social media. Now, in this current moment, I've been pretty consistent for the past month or 2, maybe 3 months. So I'm in a great headspace mentally and inspirationally, is that a word? I have a lot of creativity flowing lately, but it has definitely not always been that way. So if you need a break, take your break. Social media will always be there. Can I guarantee that you'll have the same customers when you get back? No. Prioritize yourself and be genuine, because if your heart's not in it, people can tell. So take breaks, whether it's a day or a week or a month or a year. Especially in a creative business, if you have no creativity, you're not gonna like it. In my opinion, I would rather take a break, take some time to focus on myself, and then once I'm done with that, really just dig back into the business and dive in and be so creative and so inspired and so in love with the business again that you keep going and losing all of that love. So you need to take breaks to take care of yourself occasionally. 7, find your own vibe. We are all so different. We have our own interests, our own hobbies, our own favorite colors, our own aesthetics. So just make it you. Initially, I wanted to have a very neutral black and white theme to my business, but then I just realized that's not my vibe, that's not my thing. In my heart, that's not really what I wanted, so I switched it up and made everything purple. I love purple, and I just wanted to really just hit it in the face with color. So now a lot of my stuff is colorful, and I've actually tried to purposely incorporate more neutrals because I know a lot of people like to wear neutrals when it comes to apparel, but my heart just loves to buy the most colorful tees and sweatshirts. So find your own vibe, whether it comes to the products that you sell or what your website looks like, what your logo is, your branding, any of it. Find your own vibe. We are all so different. I follow so many small businesses that I absolutely love, and they all have different vibes, and they're all so cute and so inspirational. So just find your own vibe, be yourself, and people are gonna want to like cash in. They're gonna want to join the club. They're gonna want to join the community because they love your vibe. They love kind of what you're doing, what you're selling, and how you're selling it. Now on to 8. Separate your needs and wants when it comes to business expenses in the beginning. As I said earlier, as an example, I still use just computer paper to print off my shipping labels and clear packing tape to tape it to the boxes instead of investing in a thermal printer for my shipping labels. Yes, eventually I do want a thermal printer because it's just so much easier. For me, that's a want, not a need. That's not high up my priority list compared to other things that I want to save up for. I used to buy all this stuff because I really wanted it, and I would use my own personal money for it, and I just realized that's not very sustainable. My opinion, again, the best way to keep your business successful is to reinvest the business money. I have since stopped using my personal money in my personal account to purchase things for the business. I now created a separate business account, separate card that I use for all my business purchases, and I use the business funds to reinvest instead of just buying it all with my personal money, my personal savings. Really separate your needs versus your wants. Do I have my dream office yet? No. I still want another desk, and I want a big cube organizer from IKEA, and I want another heat press, and I want all these things. Right now, I can make products and get by, so I'm going to do that until I have enough saved up to reinvest in those products. Depending on what you sell, this is gonna change, your needs are gonna change. As I work my way up, then I can upgrade my supplies, I can upgrade my office and everything like that. So just keep that in mind, because I know it's really easy to see businesses on Instagram or TikTok that have this beautiful office and all these supplies, like they just got a new Mac for their desk next to their little Rolo printer, and they have all these cool gadgets. And I get that it's very hard to watch sometimes because you just like, oh, you're like, I want that so bad, or you know, whatever it is, I don't know what you create. But no matter what it is, needs versus want. Once you start making that money and getting those orders, then you can start reinvesting for those wants. 9, don't be afraid to promote. I was terrified of promoting my business at first. I created all my separate business accounts, and I kept them completely separate from my personal account. Like, I never promoted my business account on my personal account. I never told anybody about my small business. I never told anybody what I did. I would only tell people if like they directly asked me what I did for a living, or like how I earned money, or like, where'd you get that shirt? And I'd be like, I made it. Like whisper it, because for some reason I was embarrassed, and I still am somewhat embarrassed today, but just because I want my business to be so much bigger than it is now, and I don't want to like announce it yet until it's like where I want it to be. But you just have to realize at some point that it's never going to be where you want it to be if you don't tell anybody about it. So don't be afraid to promote it, because one day I had this mindset switch. No matter if one of your friends wants to start working out and create a fitness YouTube channel, or if somebody wants to try and make a TikTok, Instagram, whatever. One day I just woke up and I realized if you're the person, because this is what I was afraid of, getting judged. I was afraid of getting judged by other people. But then I just flipped it and I was thinking, like, if you're the person who judges someone because they're trying something that they enjoy, like, that says a lot about you if you're judging somebody for that. I was always so afraid that people from high school would come across the page and judge me or think I was weird for trying to start this business and just waiting for me to fail. Just put myself in their shoes and I'm like, I would never judge someone who is just following their dreams. Back in the day when I started my YouTube channel a while ago, I would never tell anybody about it. I would never promote my YouTube channel ever. Even though I loved doing it, I was creating videos weekly, I wouldn't tell anybody about that because I was so embarrassed. Now I just think, like, what kind of a person would judge somebody else for doing something that they love? Like, what kind of person does that? And if you do, then I don't want you to stick around. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want you to view my content because you're not very nice. Even if you're not my demographic and you're not gonna purchase from me, if you just make fun of me because I'm trying something that I like, sounds like you're just a mean girl or mean boy or whatever. But we are girls supporting girls. We are supporting other businesses. We are kind to other people and we do not judge others for chasing their dreams. And lastly, it's kind of a tip, but not really a tip. It's just something I wanted to mention and I'm trying to, like, keep it low key. So number 10, use tax write-offs when you can. If you're creating a business where you're earning money, you know, even if you're a TikToker or YouTuber, you do social media, that's still a business, you're earning money from it. So use those write-offs when you can. Like, I really hope the IRS doesn't see this, but if something can be used for your business, keep that receipt, write that off. I'm not trying to get in trouble here, but think about how you can incorporate things that you want into your business. I bought a juice at the grocery store that I liked because it was a pretty color and I poured it into one of my glasses to take a photo for the website. That was a business expense because I needed that color juice to pop on the website. If you got flowers in the background, hey, if you're having a photo shoot, you need supplies for your photo shoot. No one's stopping you. I'm not stopping you. IRS, this is not advice. This is not professional advice, but I'm just saying, use the tax write-offs when you can. All right, that's all I have for now. Let me know if you want more tips or more things that I've learned. Obviously, as I keep creating this business and keep launching new things, I'll have different things that I experience, or just ask some questions in the comments. As I said, I'm not a professional. I do not have the most successful business ever, but I am actively trying to grow a small business. So there are things that I have learned over time. That's all I have. Let me know what else you want to see. Oh, by the way, I apologize for this week's upload being late. I went to the Taylor Swift Eras Tour this past Sunday. So I usually post Mondays, so I do all the final editing Sundays, but Sunday, I was a Swiftie all day, so I did not have time to finish and upload that video. So this video is gonna be late. It's gonna be posted on Wednesday instead of a Monday. Forgive me, because I'm a Swiftie. That was lame. Anyway, catch you guys in the next one. That was not cool. I need a better outro. See, I just get awkward with the intros and the outros, okay? Bye.